So where did it all begin? Games have been played throughout almost all cultures across every documented year of history. We create fantasy worlds and situations, as is what the human mind does, and act out scenarios, whether it be in our heads or on a board game with pieces such as chess and Monopoly. So when did it all change? The games console, born surprisingly in the 1970s, was the pinnacle turning point of gaming. It was only really in the 1980s, when Game Boy and Sega released their consoles, did gaming take a different direction. There has always, even to this day, been a gap between reality and the game. Can we really bridge the gap between the sofa and the screen and live the games we love? What is virtual reality? You may never get the chance to visit Mars or swim with dolphins in reality, but what about virtual reality? Virtual reality allows you to immerse yourself in real situations and locations in the comfort of your own home. How does virtual reality work? Originally a figment of our imagination, virtual reality is now a computer-generated reality based on either real places or the imagination of someone's fantasy. It needs to be believable. When you look at an object, it needs to change as you view it from varying angles. Interactive. As you hold your hand out to open a door in reality, the same applies in virtual reality. You should be able to move around freely within a virtual reality in a similar way to reality. What is the Oculus Rift? The Oculus Rift is wearable technology that, coupled with a computer or console, allows you to play games in virtual reality. This disconnects you from everyday life and literally plugs you into the game. Utilizing a head-mounted display and individual hand controls or wands, this device allows you to jump through the screen and immerse yourself in the game. How it works. There are several important components that make it work. Within the headset and hand controls, there are accelerometers. These devices control the speed. Notice in a first-person shooter you can only draw your gun or respond to certain events at a certain speed. With an accelerometer, the reaction speed is much more similar to your own reaction time rather than the limitations of the game. Gyroscopes, measuring the angular velocity to keep track of the user's movement through the full 6 degrees of freedom. Wherever you move, it's just like real life. Magnetometers, these track your location relative to a magnetic field that can either be created or can be done in relation to the Earth's magnetic field. Possibly the most important part of the Oculus Rift is the two-part screen. This produces a different image for each eye. If you look through each eye individually, you will see a slight difference in the image you see. Oculus Rift provides both images so combined within the virtual reality, your field of vision is practically the same as real life.